Saturn in the fifth house. In this video, I'm going to be discussing Saturn in the fifth house, everything you need to know about Saturn in the fifth house, and how to master Saturn in the fifth house. All right. Now, before I begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified every time I post new videos. All right. Let's discuss Saturn in the fifth house. Okay. Now, when you have Saturn in the fifth house, this is similar to having natal Saturn in Leo, because Leo rules the fifth house. Okay, so let's say you have your natal Saturn in Pisces, but it's in the fifth house. So not only do you need to study natal Saturn in Pisces, you also need to study Saturn in Leo, because Leo rules the fifth house. Okay, so both would apply to you. Whatever your natal Saturn is, that applies to you, but so does Saturn in Leo, because your natal Saturn is in the fifth house. So study both, and you will find that when you study natal Saturn and Leo descriptions, it sounds like you as well. Okay, see full video I did breaking down natal Saturn in Leo. Link for that is in the description box. Okay, so I did a full video breaking down natal Saturn in Leo in detail. You want to check that out. The link for that is in the description box. Make sure you study both. Make sure you study natal Saturn in Leo in detail as well. When you have natal Saturn in the fifth house, you're here to master creativity, being creative and developing and cultivating your hobbies. Okay, this is what's important to master. You're here to master creativity, being creative, whatever it is that you like to do as far as being creative, and developing and cultivating your hobbies. You may experience struggles, limitations, and hardships with your ability to be creative and be a competitor. Maybe your father and or both parents didn't support it. Okay, so a lot of times what happens when you have this placement is you have that creative competitor performer spirit inside of you, but your parents don't support it, right? And the reason why I bring this up is because Saturn has to do with limitations and hardships. The fifth house has to do it with the ability to be creative, be a competitor and stuff like that, you know, developing your hobbies. You may experience struggles and hardships with your children and struggles with matters associated with raising your kids. Okay, so that's something that's very important to look out for, is that you may experience struggles and hardships with children, maybe the father of your children or the mother of your children, and struggles with matters associated with raising your kids. But again, these are things that you just have to overcome. You take your hobbies and being a parent very seriously. This one lady I knew with this placement, she was a jujitsu nut. Like, jujitsu was her hobby, and she took it very seriously, and she's went on to be a purple belt, and she wants to be a black belt someday. She takes it very seriously, her hobbies. When you have Saturn in the fifth house, you're an authority figure as it relates to your hobbies and as it relates to your children. So not only do you approach your hobbies from an authority perspective, so that's how you approach your children as well. And your children may see you as somewhat of a dictator. All right. How to make best use of your natal Saturn when you have Saturn in the fifth house. You have to master being a great parent and having a great relationship with your kids. Okay, that's very important. You have to master being a great parent and having a great relationship with your kids. Okay, and not only your kids, but the mother or father of your children as well. You have to master your hobbies and try to monetize them. This is very important as well. Whatever hobbies you have, whatever your hobbies you enjoy, it's very important that you monetize them and you approach your hobbies and children from a long-term perspective. All right. So that's everything you need to know about natal Saturn in the fifth house. Thank you for taking the time out to watch my video. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Take care.